This is Celebrity Masterchef. For 3 weeks now, these celebrity cooks have been feeling the heat in the Masterchef kitchen. Some have served themselves well. Others have proved a recipe for disaster. Now only 5 remain, and things are about to get even tougher in the kitchen.
The stakes have just gone through the roof. You're going to see different people are going to get flustered. It's all about just staying calm, I think.
Big day, very nervous. I say that every time, but then every task I get more and more nervous.
Standing between these cooks and the Celebrity MasterChef title are 2 of the toughest taskmasters in any kitchen. Michelin star chef and restaurateur Dylan McGrath.
Some of them are starting to leave the pack. Whether or not they start to slack off or whether or not they keep pushing forward, it's just down to the nature of the beast.
And restaurateur Nick Mounier.
I mean, what was all that about? Come on, get the food out. 100% outrageous behaviour.
This is the ultimate in pressure cooking, and soon it'll be time for another celebrity to hand in their apron. The final 5 are heading back to the MasterChef kitchen, where Nick and Dylan have a challenge they're not likely to forget.
So we have 5 really talented celebrity cooks. Today is going to be their baptism of fire.
The last challenge was an absolute disaster. I have to wipe the slate clean and just focus on the next challenge.
The competition's really hotting up. Today is going to be do or die for our cooks.
The way the challenges have gone, I've done quite well on them, and I've got some good feedback. But I just feel like a certain task could change everything.
Morning and welcome back.
Morning.
Good morning. Today we're going to run a proper restaurant service so that everything that leaves the kitchen is about you and about your food.
Dylan will be calling the pass and I will be running front of house.
Today's menu will be a 2-course lunch, so that means Angus, David and Yvonne will all do main course, while Maya and Connor, you'll do dessert.
Each of you have 1 invited guest in the restaurant, and they will be joined by food bloggers, writers and successful food producers.
These dishes have got to be impressive, because after the service, one of you is going home.
You've a busy morning ahead, so please leave the MasterChef kitchen and put on your chef's whites. Dylan, they managed to do the dinner party service well. However, as we both know, running a restaurant service is completely different.
Absolutely, Nick. It's a big ask. Everything that leaves the kitchen today is going to be about them, and I'm going to have to keep a watchful eye.
For the restaurant service, each contestant will be making a dish of their own design. And with the head chef watching their every move, only the best will do.
Oh my God, as if Dylan McGrath wasn't intimidating enough in a suit. In the chef whites, it's 100 times worse.
Okay, so I'm a little worried about Connor. His last dessert task, he didn't quite pull it off. I'm hoping that he's able to do it this time. And I'd be a little concerned with Yvonne. She seems to have a lot going on. It's important that she's able to pull all that together during the service.
It's just a lot of pressure. I'm terrified.
This is a big school. I'm nervous. Just want to get in there and get going.
I'm actually looking forward to David's dish because I think he's doing something completely different. I think he's using veal today as his main course. So I'm really looking forward to obviously see his consistency again in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And Angus, again, I think he's going to come out of his shell and really produce a good plate of food today.
I'm feeling confident, but extremely nervous. But yeah, it is quite daunting, really.
With Nick greeting the diners at the front of house, in the kitchen our celebrities have to show that they can deliver in a real restaurant.
Okay, guys, you got 1 hour, 45 minutes, and your time starts now.
Each celebrity submitted a dish for today's service, from which Nick and Dylan chose David, Angus and Yvonne for main course, with Maya and Connor on dessert.
It's become a whole lot more serious. This is the real deal. We're going to be running a restaurant in a real life situation.
So that's your pasta made, yes? So you're going to cut
I think today's task will be about mental strength, but definitely today the pressure might get to some people, like me.
Kind of be really careful not to overcook that skin. Remember, that's the presentation side.
To date, Angus has been the most consistent performer in the competition, impressing with his timing, palate and presentation. Today, he'll be hoping to further impress Nick and Dylan with his main course of pork chop on a bed of celeriac mash with asparagus and a red wine jus.
I think I can do this. I believe I can do this. But it's whether I can really do it at an extremely high level. That's the challenge.
Looking good, Angus.
Grand.
What temperature are we going to cook it at?
Well, I was thinking putting it in at 200 and then getting it crispy, and then if I need to then turn it down, then let the meat slowly kind of cook without it kind of blast.
I think that's a fantastic idea.
Thank you. It's daunting, but it's fun, it's exciting. Don't mind that smoke. No. You didn't see it? No. It helped sear the meat.
Let's do this. You happy?
Yeah, very.
Yeah. Right, let's get that in the oven now before that goes any further. All right, so let's go. Do you want me to do it?
Okay.
You got it?
Thank you. And when I'm deshelling those...
Timer on, timer on, timer on, timer on.
So far, Yvonne has cooked well, but she has a tendency to overcomplicate dishes, drawing criticism for both time management and taste. But undeterred, once again she's going for another intricate dish. Her pan-fried cod involves many elements, including pasta and quail's eggs.
Quail eggs take forever to deshell.
So I have 10 down and 2 to go. I'd be glad to finish this job.
You're actually putting this on the table saying, this is me. If you go wrong on this, it's all over.
Do you want to cut into one and tell me?
Yep. Perfect.
They're great, aren't they?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well done, them all.
Thank you.
On day one, athlete David described food as fuel, but Nick and Dylan believe he's made the biggest journey and has a natural flair for flavour and taste.
It's great. I really feel that now I can understand food and I can trust my palate. I've learned that I have a palate, didn't know I had one.
David is cooking roasted veal with gorgonzola mash, green beans, walnuts and prosciutto. But it's not just the veal that's getting a roasting today.
That looks like a very thick piece of veal. So oil back in the pan. Let's colour it properly, yeah? You need oil to fry, yeah?
What's in the calories?
Oh, yeah. Now, have you got any butter? Calorie boy. Line into the oven.
The oil, the butter, things that I would never do when I cook my own meals, but it's all going to add to the flavour, it's all going to add to the taste.
Remember, you've got to be really careful with this piece of meat.
I'm cooking roasted veal, but the main thing is getting that veal nice and cooked right through.
Then on to the potatoes, David. You need to get that mash on, yes?
Yeah.
Dylan pushes the cooks hard in the kitchen because with a dining room of celebrities and critics, everybody's reputation is at stake today.
I am making individual tatatans with vanilla ice cream and a miniature toffee apple. But I've never made all of these things together where it's all worked at the same time. Hopefully it will this time.
Starting with safe and familiar dishes, last week Maya excelled on the highly technical dessert masterclass. But today, life isn't quite so sweet.
How are you getting on, Maya?
Okay, thank you.
So what are you going to do? You're going to cook it in the same pan or are you going to go into a bigger pot?
For the ice cream, that's it now.
Have you cooked that?
Yeah.
Is it cooked?
I think so.
It's not cooked.
See, normally I heat the cream, pour it over the whisked
and then you
egg
put it
yolks.
back in and cook it as a custard.
Oh, really?
Well, that's not going to work.
So put it back in the pan?
Get it back in a pot and get it into a large pot and recook that. Go on, get it back in.
The way I've always made ice cream, apparently, age 37, has been wrong for my entire life. So yeah, that didn't instill me with a huge amount of confidence.
Now the eggs have reached 80 degrees, yes?
Yeah.
They're sterilised now, yeah. So look, what we have now is a custard, look.
Ah, okay.
Now that will make ice cream.
I'd like to meet the evil monster who decided to give me desserts for the 3rd consecutive day.
Connor's dishes have scored well on taste, but Dylan wants him to clean up his act when it comes to presentation.
Give me 1 second now, Connor. I don't want you working like a little piggy, yeah? Connor?
What I'm actually cooking is a gorgeous sounding Prosecco and creme de cassis poached pear with shortbread, vanilla cream and a creme anglaise with blackberries. So it sounds brilliant, it'll taste brilliant. What it looks like is really the key thing. Can you tell me what this can you taste that pastry and tell me how it's working?
This is butter.
Yeah.
Right. What's that?
There's still some piece of pear.
Pear skin. That's a new one. Heston.
Dylan has been grand. He hasn't been too much in my face, which is not a bad thing. But I hope that when I need him, he's there. A bit like God. So I could create some kind of syrupy sauce.
Have you ever eaten that stuff in your mouth, that raw lavender? Look, it's a lot of lavender. Just watch lavender. Like, you use too much of it and it tastes like Radox.
Oh dear. But who doesn't love Radox on their dessert?
Yeah, good point.
Hey, mate. How are you?
All right.
So tell me, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah?
Good. I think they're doing good. Connor's a little bit shaky. He's a little bit unsure of everything. He doesn't really have much finesse, but he's trying his best. Maya, we'll see how Maya's turns out. She's making an ice cream that hasn't been cooked as a custard.
Really?
Yeah, so she's using Mum's idea of making ice cream. The first part of David's veal is cooked, and so he's got the other part to cook. He's got quite a bit of work to do yet, and so does Angus. But Angus's pork is looking really well.
So obviously it's the calm before the storm, before the service.
It is. There's a lot can go wrong between now and finishing. A million things, especially with the way they're working, because they're so unsure of everything and they're guessing as they move forward. But, I mean, effectively, their friends and the food critics and the different people that are here today, it's a lot of pressure on them. They don't want to embarrass themselves. They want to hold their own, and they certainly don't want to go home. It's all down to who can hold their nerve and pull it off during the service. The service is key.
Now I'm going to start making my linguine. Under pressure, I need to work faster.
That's not going to make a fraction of the linguine that the other ones are. We still need 2 more sheets to finish the linguine. I like these. I hope they stand the test of time.
Dylan's okay. He's actually being really helpful, but I would never, ever work for him. Ever.
Okay, guys, that's 1 hour in, 45 minutes left. Get some milk in there, get some milk, get some milk. Go on. Now stop. Connor, if you want to stash stuff over there so that we're not working like pigs. Is that actually cooked, that?
Yeah.
Sure?
Well, the knife's going straight through.
Glasses. Look at his glasses.
It's too hot in here.
On the meat, again, it's about not overdoing it, but that it's crispy and that it's still got, juices, that it's not dry. I'm at the final stages kind of for the gravy. Yeah, I'm in charge.
Sauce looks stunning.
Good, yeah. It's
I'd imagine that now whenever you put that apple puree in there. Wow.
With Angus playing it cool, Yvonne's schedule, like her linguine, seems to be in ribbons.
Have you got some chicken stock?
No, I didn't use chicken stock.
I need chicken stock for this.
I really don't know what way this is going to go for me. I think the time element might get me. There's a lot in my dish.
Now, let's get this cap bacon done, Yvonne, quickly. Now, don't touch that. Do not let that burn, right?
Okay.
Come on, Yvonne. Right, now, so we need that, we need the chervil picked. You know how to pick chervil, do you?
No.
Connor, you need a work cleaner on. You really do. Connor, do you hear me?
I do.
All right, man. Do not put any more lavender in that dessert, Connor. You're going to blow it, man, all right? No, Connor, you're not listening to me, man.
I'm turning the tray around.
Calm down,
Jesus.
Yeah. Connor's getting very flustered.
Yes, Connor is getting very flustered.
Come on, Connor.
Is this the dunce's hat? And the thing is, it's actually not a complicated dish, but when you're under pressure and you have the prowling Dylan McGrath coming close to shout at you.
Stop talking, Connor.
Stop talking, start cooking. Yes, chef. The old bollocks.
Yes, I get that in the fridge.
This is Dylan's environment. This is where he excels and this is where he intimidates. But sure, what can we do? We just have to go with it. And if it all goes pear-shaped, which it might, I'll take Dylan into the Irish Times newsroom and see how he gets on writing stories.
Just had a terrible thought. This isn't even the worst part of it. The worst part is the feckin' service and it hasn't even started.
I'm actually, I'm feeling okay, like, but it's just little things. It's just like my mash is kind of annoying me now because I don't want that to go all stodgy and stuff.
Very lumpy, huh?
I think each of us are putting ourselves out there to be shot at. The guests are food critics, bloggers, they're foodies. They're looking for things that are wrong in our dish. That's kind of, we're up there to be shot at.
Coming up, a real restaurant, real diners, and real pressure.
Whoa, it's gone from bad to worse.
Blackberries, Jesus.
Get that on the tray and get it back in the oven. It's just mush, John.
That is a perfect piece of meat.
The 5 remaining Celebrity MasterChef hopefuls are facing their toughest challenge yet, running a real restaurant kitchen under a real head chef.
That looks like a very sick piece of veal.
Each celebrity has designed their own dish. Service is about to start, and Nick is meeting and greeting some specially invited guests.
How are you? Good to see you again. Hello, how are you? Are you well?
This is a task that I never thought I'd be doing, but it's real life. That's what chefs do on a day-to-day basis, so it's up to us. We've got to produce the goods when it matters.
How are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, good, thanks.
Looking forward to it?
Oh, aye, definitely.
Good man.
Each celebrity has invited one guest, and the other diners consist of food bloggers, critics, and top food producers.
This challenge, I feel it's the first challenge that's a proper every man for himself. I like working on my own. I've enjoyed the teamwork up till now, but I'm looking forward to seeing if I can, if I can raise the bar a little bit here. Dylan?
But with time running out, the caramel from Maya's tarte tatin isn't going to plan.
Whoa. That just went black immediately. Does that mean the pan was dirty? That's never happened to me before making caramel.
Start again. Do it again.
So, Johnny, very quickly. Maya, I want to ask you, how good is she at home?
At home, she's an amazing cook, but she is incredibly tough on herself.
Now, tell me, do you do the washing up at home?
I try to do the washing up, but the kitchen is Maya's domain, I've got to say, and I've not fought that. I've been supportive in as much as I can, and if she feels like she needs to do the dishes after slaving over a hot meal, who am I to argue? I was a very modern man when I met her, and now I've just gone backwards.
Dylan, it's gone from bad to worse, and I've now made fudge.
Why did you do that?
I didn't, well, I caramelised, took it off, put the butter in exactly as I'd done before, and it's turned into fudge. Is that salvageable?
No. It's crystallised as well. Start again.
I hadn't done 2/3 of what I was supposed to have done. I'd also had 2 big disasters. It was all going horribly wrong. I just wasn't sure how to save it, so I had to just start from scratch. Please up, please up, please up.
Meanwhile, Yvonne battles with the many elements of her cod linguine dish.
Right, have you got all your lettuce done, Yvonne? Yvonne, it's nowhere near. It's a 1/5 of the lettuce that you need.
Okay.
I know that you're Yvonne's invited guest.
Yes.
So tell us, because obviously you're very good friends.
Yeah.
Has she told you anything?
Well, she's just said it's really intense. I think Yvonne's been mummy and wife for, whatever amount of years now, and for the first time she's doing something for herself, and I think she's just throwing herself into it. So I'm chuffed for her.
Do you want me to...
Are you happy with these mashed potatoes?
I like the mash, yeah.
Do you?
Full of calories, love it.
Now we timer on. We don't want any more than 8 minutes on that meat, okay?
I'm doing nice little thin cuts of veal, which are extremely easy to overcook.
Hold the meat. Hold the meat.
My chunk of meat is done, which is good. That's cooked very well. I've got my nuts out. And,
David, obviously you're David's invited guest.
Yes.
Today doing a restaurant service is a completely different ballgame. How do you feel he's going to cope with the pressure there?
What his bread and butter normally is just having one moment where he has to do really, really well, and he has a couple of hours on the track where he prepares and then he races. So I think a restaurant situation will suit him down to the ground. So I think he'll come out and top on it, but I might be a little bit biased.
And Tim, what do you think of his eyewear?
Oh, it's fabulous. I don't know where he gets the inspiration. It's just so hard to judge.
Will it be third time lucky for Maya's caramel?
That's enough caramel anyway, darling. Do not put any more caramel in them.
Now, that time has come for the order. Now, Cecilia, Yvonne's doing the cod for your main course, okay? So you're happy with that?
Yes, very.
And for your main course?
The diners can order whatever they wish, except the celebrity cook's guest, who must eat the dish prepared by their famous friend.
I've already got your order.
You have mine.
Yes. Well, that's what we expect.
Great things from you.
Good, good.
Angus's colleague Katie will be dining on the pan-fried pork chop. She's seen him cope with the pressure in the newsroom, but can he cope in the kitchen?
Now, are you comfortable heating all of this up? Can I leave you alone now?
I know he's a really good cook. He knows his food. He really knows how to cook. So the pressure's on him now.
I'm interested in the veal because they've gone for a lot of very strong flavours. The gorgonzola mash, and there's walnuts there as well, so I'm really interested to see how they get those ingredients to balance.
What would you care for?
I'm going to go for the veal.
The veal, lovely. Thank you so much. We're going to serve the veal slightly pink inside. Is that okay with you, medium rare?
Perfect. Yeah,
Perfect. Thank you so much. Michelle, what would you like for dessert?
I'd like to try the pear, please.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
Is that something you find in the cake cafe, is it?
Yeah, I'm intrigued. There's a lot of ingredients in there. The lavender and the blackberries particularly. I'm trying to figure out how they'll work. So, yeah, it'll be interesting.
Good. Sit back and relax and enjoy. And the food won't be too long. Thank you.
The orders are in, and as the cooks prepare to plate their food, it comes with a side helping of last-minute nerves.
Get this reducing. We want this stronger.
Of course, I had to order the poached pears done by Connor as I am his guest, and he knows I love desserts, so he better put on a good show.
I don't want you blowing your beautiful dessert. I want it to taste of pears and blackberries, not of red.
Blackberries, Jesus.
So what I would do is clear the end of the bench, yes?
Yeah.
So that you can plate your food up there.
Yeah.
And get cleaned down now, yes?
I don't know. I mean, I watch it all the time, and of course, I'd be sitting there with my baked beans going, ooh, that's not a good dish.
Yeah.
But doing it yourself is a whole other issue.
We're all nervous on
We're
their
feeling
behalf,
nervous.
so, but, you know, they're in the kitchen, we're sitting out there enjoying the spoils of it.
Everyone's putting orders in. We've got to make sure that each chef is going to have their order plated up at the exact same time. And that's where I think the pressure of a real working kitchen will come to the fore. And that's probably where you'll see Dylan going mad as well.
So everybody listen, yeah? The first table that we're going on, 2 pork, 1 veal and 1 cod, okay? Yes?
The minute Dylan kind of said table number 1, it just seemed to be non-stop.
I think they're looking for somebody who ticks every box. And today was a big test of that.
How many on the first table, Yvonne?
2.
No. Have you got your plates warm?
No.
Right, let's go. Get the plates in the oven now, yeah? Time to wake up. Do or die time, yeah?
There was a lot of adrenaline rushing around. I didn't even notice anybody else's station. I was just concentrating totally the whole time on my own station.
Are you ready on 2 pork?
Yeah, coming now.
Hot, is it?
It is hot.
Hey, look, feel this, feel this, feel this, feel this. That's what we call cold. Get it done, straight back in the oven. Sauce on, tarragon leaves on, let's finish it. That's it. Now wipe the plate, Angus. Wipe the plate. Are you happy?
Yes.
Good. Service place, let's go. This is table 1. 1 pork. 1 again, 1 pork. Go, on y va, on y va, on y va. Go.
Angus's main course, pan-fried pork chop, celeriac mash, apple and tarragon gravy with fried asparagus wrapped in prosciutto is served.
I thought Angus's main course was absolutely superb, and I know he was probably working under huge pressure, as he's well used to doing, but no better man to do that.
The pork is cooked to absolute perfection. When it's dried overdone, it kills it for me. So that is a perfect piece of meat, and everything else complements it. Judged it perfectly.
Yeah, done a good meal. I'd pay for that.
Right, next away, guys, is 1 pork, 2 veal and a cod, yes? 1 pork, 2 veal and a cod. I want to go in 4 minutes on that, yes? Guys, you need to answer me. I know you're busy, but if you don't answer me, I don't know whether you've heard me, okay? So say yes.
Yes, chef.
You too, David, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, come on, guys, yeah? You hear me now? We don't have as much time as you had in the last table.
To be in this position, you know, fine cuisine, having Dylan McGrath, you know, looking over my shoulder, I never thought I'd be in this situation at all. I do pinch myself at times.
So we're going in 2 minutes now, yes? 1 pork, 2 veal, 1 cod, 2 minutes. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Come on, where's the rest of it?
While David and Angus get their plates to the pass on time, Yvonne struggles to keep up.
Yvonne, cod, please, quickly. I really need this cod, Yvonne.
Yes, chef.
Yvonne, I need this cod as quick as you can.
I'm coming, chef.
It's scary having Dylan in the kitchen. There was one point I thought the redness was going to descend. Myself and Angus had our plates up there at the pass ready to go, and he was shouting for cod from Yvonne. I kind of felt for her there.
So while we're waiting on you, it's going cold in the room, everything else. Pan there, look, Yvonne. Yvonne, look at me. There's a pan there, non-stick, bottom shelf.
Thank you.
We're nearly ready there, mademoiselle.
Yeah.
Come on, you need to get ahead, because there's more work in yours.
I was under pressure for time. I think I got a bit behind in my prep time, which kind of had a snowball effect then.
You finished with these?
Yes.
Get them off the stove. After all the work we've done, that's just mush, throw it in the bin. Ugh.
So I just let it sit and don't touch it?
Yeah, don't break it up with a spoon, that's just crazy.
Okay.
Can you taste it, Yvonne? Yeah? I need you to taste it. I need you to taste the lettuce. I need you to taste it. Make sure it's hot. Make sure it's seasoned, yes? Sauce on top. Watch the sauce is splitting. Oh, no.
I can't say I enjoy the plating up part. When Dylan is screaming at you and you know that someone else has got their main course ready.
Service, please.
And everyone's waiting you, Dylan's giving out, you know, there's guests out there. It's a lot of pressure.
Finally, Yvonne's dish is served. Pan-fried cod, fresh linguine and white asparagus and smoked bacon with a drizzle of white truffle oil.
Cod is cooked perfectly. I think it's quite a difficult thing to get just right, but whoever's cooked this has done a really great job. Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying my lunch. I think it's really tasty, and I'll be happy to pay for this.
Presentation, the cod may have been a little browner than the chef intended. I think it was a little overdone, but I mean the flavour and how it's cooked is quite good underneath there.
Absolutely delicious. As soon as I took my first mouthful, it is so full of flavour. It's delicious. I can't imagine what she went through to get those little quail's eggs ready and prepared, but it's beautiful. So I'm really proud of her. It's great.
So 2 pork, 2 veal and 2 cod. We're going in 4 minutes. Yvonne, you need those 2 perfect pieces of cod, skin on.
That was done, isn't it?
No. No, Yvonne, give me a garnish. Give me 2 garnish. Everybody else is nearly ready. Come on, we have 2 minutes here. 2 minutes and then we're going, Yvonne, yeah? 2 minutes.
Yep.
You have to be quicker than the last one, Yvonne.
I love it.
The service just was so intense. You're trying to get your plate as best you can because you want it all to arrive at the same time. And this is all new to me. I didn't know how do I keep it warm, what do I do?
Go on, give me as much pink meat as you can, David, yeah?
Yeah.
I think Gillian Niels is at this table.
Yeah.
She's a food critic. She's a serious food critic, David, yes?
Yes, chef.
Now, is it pink? Try and keep it as pink as you can, yeah?
Veal is the centrepiece of David's dish. If he gets it wrong, the whole dish could fail.
Only thing about your veal is that it's overcooked. I'm just seeing how bad it is, David.
Oh, don't be saying that.
Huh?
Don't be telling me that.
I know, but it is overcooked, man.
I have a few concerns regarding what I sent out. I think my veal might have been a little bit overdone.
It's not very rare at all. You get me?
I get you. To be honest, I'd put this task up there with some of my biggest races, and the reason being was just the adrenaline and the intensity of what you're doing.
David's main course is roasted loin of veal, prosciutto and gorgonzola mash, sage and garlic jus accompanied with green beans, lemon zest, walnuts and peas.
It was a little bit cold when it came out and a tiny bit tough. Yeah, I think the best thing about the meal was what came with the veal.
My veal, unfortunately, was quite overcooked. There were some good elements on that plate, but the overcooking of the meat let it down.
Well, as you can see, the veal didn't enjoy that at all. Wiped clean, no, absolutely beautiful, full of flavour, delighted.
Right now, I'm knackered. The minute everything stopped, you just got that big crash from such a high of going through service. You know, I felt I'd done well today, but I'm just concerned about how my dish actually tasted. You know, it's all about the food at the end of the day, so yeah, I'm a bit nervous.
I feel I'm a winner just because I finished it, that's all. Whether it's won or not, but you know what? I'm very proud. Oh my God.
There he is.
I'm distraught. Distraught. That was crazy. Lots of fun, but crazy. I've no idea what the diners thought, but I certainly hope that they liked it, and that they appreciated it, and that they liked the wonderful minglings of flavours that I thought was there. Sure, who knows?
That was a task.
That was a task.
That was a task.
Are you sad?
Come on, the next generation. Service, please.
Oh my God. Unbelievable. I've never experienced that pressure before.
What I'm really disappointed in is the fact that Dylan said that I held other people up, that I was the one that held up service. But I just got bogged down a little bit.
It's like a chef's first night kind of in a restaurant. Do you know what I mean?
I think we did amazing for her. The first time to do that, it's incredibly stressful.
Exactly. I'm proud of myself that I actually managed to get a decent plate out.
I'm a little worried that that dish let me down, or I let the dish down. Yeah, so I'm worried about elimination.
Coming up, dessert is served.
Connor, how long on your pair for two?
5 minutes.
3 minutes is all you have. By a bit of consistency, yeah, please.
I wouldn't be happy if I got that.
It's actually really not pleasant to eat.
Tonight, Nick and Dylan have set the 5 remaining celebrities their toughest test yet, a full restaurant service. There's relief for Yvonne, David and Angus as they finish their main courses. But for Connor and Maya, the hard work is only beginning.
2 tartare, 2 pair. Once we start, we don't want to stop now. Yes, Connor?
Yes, chef.
There's a real rush from it because you know that you have 90 seconds or 3 minutes to deliver the plate, and there's just no room for failure.
You have 2 pair, 2 tartare. Hello?
Yeah. It's all consuming and we're all getting tired. You can see the bags under, well, my eyes anyway, and the plasters and fingers and the little burn marks.
I decided to improvise with a blackberry coulis because everyone loves the coulis.
2 pair, 2 tartare. How long?
On the way. 60 seconds.
Sorry?
60 seconds.
That's very clean. Let's keep that like that. If you can do that like that, I'll be very happy. Can you do me another one identical like that, Connor?
I can certainly try.
Identical now, Connor, yes? Consistent, Connor, yes? Clean, Connor, yes?
Yes, chef. Ready to go, Maya?
Come on, let me see the 2 pair if they're ready, Connor. Not bad. I was expecting a lot worse. Nice desserts, Connor.
Thank you. Genuinely, I'm actually quite pleased. I
was staring into the jaws of defeat in the early part of the day, and I managed to get the food out in a manner which didn't look absolutely revolting.
Connor's dessert is Prosecco and creme de cassis poached pears with lavender and blackberries, creme anglaise and shortbread.
Shortbread, which is probably the most difficult element on the plate, he's done a lovely job. But unfortunately, it's really let down by the pear, which is absolutely overpowering of lavender, and it's actually really not pleasant to eat.
I had the poached pears for dessert, and I thought the presentation was extraordinary. It was absolutely a little painting on a plate. It was really beautiful.
I think he's done a real good job on the presentation because that wasn't really his forte. The creme anglaise is lovely, but the poached pear is really overpowering on the lavender, and it just affects everything else when you're trying to eat into the biscuit. It's a shame.
I hope you're clean, Connor, yeah? Hands are clean, bench is clean, yes? We're going on 2 pear, 3 tatin. How long, Connor? Connor, how long on your pear for 2? How long?
3 minutes.
How long?
5 minutes.
Connor, 5,
3 minutes is all you have. 3 minutes on the next table. How long are you going to be ready?
3 minutes.
I definitely think I'm in trouble today. Dylan gave me a rough time for the first time in the competition, I think, because I've always thought he's been quite nice.
Maya?
Yeah?
Come on. Get your plates done early. If they're not right, do them again, yeah? Can we have proper ice cream balls as well, Maya, please? Maya, a bit of consistency, yeah, please?
Are they going now, Dylan? Sorry,
Going very shortly. You've got to communicate with Connor. You and him are on the same team. There's no point you sending it out unless Connor's ready as well. So
I didn't realise as well that we had to coordinate so much between us, that we had to coordinate to get them out together, which of course, when you think about it, it's only logical, it's one table. Sorry, Chef, was that 3 more?
There's 3 on next table.
Okay. Immediately?
Immediately.
I'm disappointed with losing my cool as well, because I got really stressed halfway through, which is something I haven't done so far. At one stage, I felt a lump in my throat and thought, oh my God, you're actually going to cry. Please don't cry. That was just incredibly stressful. I pulled it together and I put something on the plate, but it wasn't what was supposed to have been there. But something like tatin, there is only really one way of doing it. And there's nothing worse than giving people who like food such a classic dessert not well done. And I don't think that was very well done. I wouldn't be happy if I got that.
Maya's dessert is tarte tatin with vanilla ice cream and a mini toffee apple.
Oh my God.
That's really good. I know, it's not biased. Yeah.
As you can see, I'm nearly finished it, and after this I'm going to lick the plate, and then I'm going to lick his plate. It's so tasty.
It's delicious. The caramel is fantastic. It's such a difficult part of a recipe to get right. Caramel can easily catch and burn, or it can be insipid and not stick to the pastry and turn golden. It's fantastic.
It's stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. The pastry is as light as a feather. The apples were just the perfect crunch. The colour is great. The caramel's gorgeous. Delicious. The nicest tarte tatin I've had for a long time.
Do you remember before we started, we had a bet on who'd be the messiest, and we all said Connor. Stand up.
Funnily enough.
What? It's clean.
It was a great experience. I loved today.
You seem to enjoy that more than any other one. Was that the most enjoyable one for you?
Yeah. And if I am going home, I don't mind, because the process has moved up to another level.
The poached pears with the shortbread. I was really impressed. Not saying anything, but coming from a man, the presentation was quite good. And the creme anglaise, it really tied everything in together. I probably could just drink a glass of it.
How do you feel about that?
Well, compared to how I felt before service, it's a million times better. That was awful. That was like going in for a history exam and giving a maths paper. I just want to go and sleep at this stage.
tart tatin is one of my favourites, and I have to say I haven't been disappointed today. A beautiful touch in the presentation with toffee apple on the side, and just really, really nice fusion of flavours.
I've got to say the dessert was absolutely divine. Congratulations to Maya. She's done me proud, and I'm sure that's why she entered the competition, to do her husband proud.
Of course, the feedback has yet to come back from the diners. They might say that was the most disgusting plate I've ever eaten. Looked pretty, tasted horrible.
David's totally delivered, as expected, though I never really doubted him. The veal is amazing. I'm really impressed. He can totally come to my house and cook all the time now. It's great.
The only thing I would probably critique at all would be the presentation. Like, to kind of go to that level, you need, like, it's very much kind of home cooking presentation.
I had the cod, and presentation was it was good. It was a little bit anemic though. I think maybe the dish as a whole was a little bit over ambitious. You know, a lot going on the plate.
I had pork as main course, and it's a very unusual combination to have tarragon with pork, but it worked really well.
I was really impressed with how far they pushed themselves, because I definitely think they took a few risks. You know, they didn't always come off, but I think at this stage of the competition they have to be doing that.
The standards were a lot higher, actually, than I expected. It was restaurant standard. I mean, I would pay for that. Yeah, I'd come back if I'm invited.
As the diners leave the restaurant, 5 anxious contestants wait in the kitchen while Dylan joins Nick in the dining room.
So, Dylan, service is over.
Yeah.
How was it for you?
For me, it was tough. I think for them it was tough. I think today was a big wake-up call for all of them, that it's one thing to produce one plate of food, it's another thing to do a service.
Whatever chaos was going in your domain over there, it was quite serene in here. Once we got the food, the comments were actually very positive. Angus's pork was delicious.
I thought Angus did well.
Really good.
Angus worked really hard all day at getting some sort of a result from the crispiness on the fat of the pork. He produced a decent plate of food today, so I was most happy with him. Anybody would have been Maya next. Maya seemed to just fall into the dessert. She got it wrong, I don't know how many times, and then produced a good dessert. So fair play to her too. Connor produced a plate of food today, consistently for 6 plates, which is a major step. But what we all had to witness to get that was kind of cling film on the floor.
Unusual, Connor.
Oh, it was worse.
And then the overpowering flavour of lavender, all you tasted was lavender. It was like eating bath salts. Yvonne's fish. What I got, the fish was nicely cooked. Thought the linguine looked a mess in the plate, quite watery, attention to detail.
Yvonne doesn't taste either, you know. It's something I have to continually ask her to do to taste her work. And absolutely no awareness of what anyone else is doing. Again. Or thought or consideration, not a bit. I think David worked really hard. David fell down, he overcooked his veal very badly.
I was so disappointed, I have to say. It was, I don't know, it was awful. It was like being in a carvery, that meat, the slab of meat. It's unfortunate because, you know, he was doing so well.
David would have produced a good plate of food if he'd have paid attention on the veal. You know, at the end of the day, he's responsible for his own meat, and his meat was very, very, very grey.
Dylan and Nick return to the kitchen, where one celebrity chef is about to lose their apron.
So, that was tough, wasn't it?
The reason we go through everything at this stage is that I want those who are remaining in the competition to understand where they need to go next. The big thing that strikes me the most is that when you're working with a team, it's one thing to produce one plate of food. It's another thing, a team of people producing food together, because our brains can't stop at the pass of on, you know, 3 minutes after the main courses go, they're sitting in the room where everybody's being polite, looking at each other, waiting on your 3-minute late main course. What happens to that? Angus' dish is affected. David's dish is affected. It's cold now. On top of it being overcooked, it's now freezing cold. That's not pleasant. It was far from what it should have been. That lack of awareness just can't happen.
Angus, the pork, beautiful. Beautifully cooked. Presentation was excellent.
Yes, you worked well today. You need to understand that you need to have all of your stuff beside each other. So it's really about you organising and thinking, right, I need my spoons here, I need my plates here. This is the brain, the food brain that's going ahead, that's thinking ahead. Today we've made it very clear, this is about your food, this is about your cooking, this is your control. You're in charge, not me.
David, unfortunately, you had a bit of a bad day today, sir. The veal was overcooked, the sauce was very thin, but I'm sure you knew that.
I guarantee if you served that veal pink today, we'd have had a very different reaction out on the floor. Everything would have worked. Why? Because the juice in the veal would have worked with the rest of the dish. As soon as we're eating that cardboard, nothing works anymore.
Connor, I understand you had a few difficulties today. Presentation was good. I think it's the best presentation you've done to date. I think the negative of the dish was the poached pear, because it was just overpowering of the lavender.
I was proud to see that you were producing something today. It was looking relatively like itself, plate after plate. However, when I turned around and seen all the dried lavender on top, I was getting very nervous. It didn't belong, it was overpowering. It showed a lack of being able to cook, and there's two sides to being able to cook. One is technical, and one is in your brain, where you can imagine what the food tastes like, and you know when enough is enough. The amount of lavender that was used was so excessive. In terms of flavour, you can't taste anything else other than bath salts.
Maya, Johnny is very proud.
Aww.
The dessert was excellent. The presentation was beautiful.
You effectively turned out a dessert. I don't know how many mistakes we took to get to a dessert, but we got to a dessert, and a good dessert.
Doing a restaurant service is completely different to doing a dinner party. And the timings, communication, understanding, and it's not an easy task to do. But ultimately, you've served 16 people, and you should be very pleased with that. So, thank you.
So, somebody has to go today. Today should be a good learning day. Technically, we've got to get more organised, we've got to think ahead, we've got to be aware of all the people around us, and if we're going to continue in the competition, it's not just about yourself. Because anybody can just produce a plate of food. It's being selfless enough to know where everybody else is in terms of bringing it together. That's what a chef is. If that's the lesson of today, today was worth it, and well worth it. We've got to make a decision who belongs in the competition, who can cook, and who could win this competition. Unfortunately, the next person to leave the Masterchef kitchen is Connor. Thank you, Connor.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, they've told me to sling my hook. I was pretty sure my time was up today. And whilst I think I did okay to get the food out onto the tables in the restaurant, I knew it wasn't particularly stunning. I've actually learnt a lot more than I thought from the whole MasterChef experience. I've learnt that a lot of the mysteries of cooking are much more easy to unravel than many people might anticipate. And it's hard not to find some comic value in Dylan McGrath telling you put too much lavender in your poached pears. I am kind of sad to be leaving, but to be perfectly honest, I'm also looking forward to beans on toast.
So you are the final four, and you've reached the semi-final of Ireland's first Celebrity MasterChef. So you should all be very pleased with yourselves. We'll see you all next time for more culinary delights. Thank you so much.
Well done, guys.
I think today is throwing a spanner in the works. Things have gone well over the last number of challenges, and now I'm right back in the relegation zone. And that's what this competition is like. One task can change everything.
Next week on Celebrity MasterChef.
We started this competition with 8 celebrity cooks. Now we are down to 4.
Shit.
It's over for me.
I'm really, really hoping that I don't mess this up today.
I would find that too stodgy.
You 3 have reached the final.
Tomorrow, you will be flying to Dubai.
Congratulations to Conor for making it this far. Hear his verdict on the MasterChef experience on Mooney tomorrow from 3 on RTE Radio 1. And on Friday, Johnny Logan and Duke Special fight it out for their next great hit at 9:35 here on RTE 1.